Yo, what's poppin', guys? What it do? In this video, I'm gonna talk about why your life is boring and why it seems like it's a void in your life. And the reason why your life is boring is because you are afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You see, when you do the same thing day and day, in and out, you tend to develop a comfort level for doing the same thing day in and day out. For instance, if you work Monday through Friday, the same hours, and then on the weekend, all you do is mainly stay at home and rest, watch TV or listen to music, and if you're religious, go to church, you get comfortable with that, right? That's your routine. And then sooner than you know it, you start to get a sense of boredom. You start to feel that there's something missing in your life, that there's a void, right? And it's because you have developed a comfort for this type of living, and you have become content in living this way. And when you have an opportunity to step outside of that comfort level, you don't do it because of fear. So in order for you to do away with that boredom that you may be feeling in your life, you got to step outside of your comfort level. So let's say you work your 5 days a week, 40 to 50 hour shift, and you have the weekends off. So in order to break that up and step outside of your comfort on the weekend, you may, if you have a car, say, you know what, I'm gonna take a road trip. I'm gonna take a 2-day road trip somewhere within your vicinity, but a few hours away, right? Or if you don't have a car, you'll take a train trip. Just take a train trip, you know? I remember one time I had got tired with that same schedule. And at this time I was working as a security guard at a hotel. And I would meet a lot of different people. In particular, every few weeks, this group of people would come in. They were the Amtrak train employees, and their stop was a stop in my city, and they would rest, and then they would do the route back to the point of origin. And I met this guy, and you know, I kind of knew he was kind of homosexual, you know, and nothing against homosexuals. I'm a heterosexual. I have nothing against them, you know, and how they live their lifestyle. But I kind of felt that his reason for initiating conversation, because he initiated conversation with me, was because of he liked me. I think he had an interest in me, and he thought that, you know, he might be able to build something with me. But I let him know I was a heterosexual male, and I only like women, you know. But anyway, to get to the point, he said, hey man, you know, I could hook you up. You know, I can hook you up. You know, if you ever need to get somewhere, to get on the train, I can hook you up with a free train ride. I can hook you up. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I thought about it, like, oh, cool. Okay, cool. You know, I might take you up on that offer one day. And so one day, you know, I had completed my week, and you know, I had done my regular schedule, and I decided, I'm like, hey man, why don't I take a trip? You know, why don't I take a trip? You know, why don't I take that guy up on his offer? He said that you know, I could, you know, get a free ride on him, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. The next time I see him, I'm gonna take him up on his offer. And so the next time comes, he comes into town. I said, hey man, I want to take you up on your offer. I want to, and I made up a story because I didn't want him to, because I kind of felt that he was going to use that train ride as an opportunity to initiate something, to get something to happen. So I made it very plain and clear. I made up a story for my purpose of the trip was to go see my girlfriend, you know, or the mother of my child. I think I said something like that. I was like, yeah, man, hey, I want to take you up on that offer. You know, I want to go to New York. You know, I want to catch the train all the way from California to New York. And he was like, man, that's a long ride, you know. He's like, I can get you to Chicago, but from that point on, because his stop was in Chicago, I can get you to Chicago, but from that point on, you have to catch another train to New York, you know. But he's like, it's a few day trip. But I didn't matter. I was off for the next few days. I'm like, fine, I'll do it, man. You know, I don't, you know, that's no problem. And the next day, he was like, okay, the next day, meet me here at this time and we'll go. And man, I did it. You know, I met him there at the scheduled time and we went, man. And it was a very peaceful 3-4 day journey, man. And it was set up because he worked in the carts, those private carts where you can have a whole room to yourself. So I had a whole room to myself. I had my own little cabin, you know what I mean? And it was a great 3-day peaceful trip. I wish I could have brought a woman with me, but I didn't have a woman at the time. So, you know, it is what it is. I wasn't gonna let that stop me, but it was great, man. We rode through so many cities, and I got to see so much beautiful scenery, and you know, I got to reflect on my life. I got to read and study and rest. It was just a great trip, man. And I was really grateful that I was able to take that trip. And we got to do things like that, man. You know, and it was spontaneous. I didn't plan it. It wasn't like okay, 4 weeks from now, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go on a trip to New York and this, that. No, it was spontaneous. It was like, you know what? I'm ready to go, and I did it. And that's what I'm saying. But it was a way to break that boredom in life, you know, and be adventurous and spontaneous. And we got to do that. We got to do things like that. You know, you don't have to take a trip to New York, but wherever you are, it can be a few hours away. And just go do something, you know. And so the other point on how to fill that void that you may feel in your life, and that comes with how you fill that void, you know, because it was a point that I thought I had a void in my life, and I thought the way to fill it was to get women, right? So that was my way of filling that void. But that's not how you fill your void. You fill your void by finding your purpose in life. And you're going to have to sit down. You're going to have to cut out all distractions. One day, you know, decide, you know what, I'm going to turn off this phone. I'm going to cut off the TV, social media, all that. And I'm just going to sit and reflect and find out what it is I want to do in life. And I had to do that because I was trying to find that void through women, through having sex with women. And I found that even after having sex with women, I still felt that void in my life. So I had to sit down one day. I had to take a trip and I had to reflect and see, what is my purpose in life? You know, what am I here to do? And once you find that purpose, and that purpose, hey, it may be, you know, your purpose may be finding a wife, having a family, and providing for that family. That may be what your purpose is. It's to have a family. That may be your purpose. Your purpose may be to create something. Your purpose may be to do music, to help children, to volunteer your time overseas, wherever, whatever, or here within your own community. That may be your purpose. But you have to find that purpose, because when you find that purpose, that solves the problem of you filling that void that is in your life. And I'm still trying to find my purpose. You know, I know my purpose is to speak my mind. I know my purpose may be to teach. You can have multiple purposes, you know, not too many purposes, because I feel like it gets out of order. But find that purpose, and that will solve that void in your life. So I hope you guys were able to learn some new things. And you know, I use this platform as a way to express my ideals and hope that it may influence or touch somebody. So if you like this, you know, and I'm gonna keep, you know, whether it's one person to 100 person to thousands of persons listening, I'm still going to do this because I feel like it's my purpose. And so, and I travel, and I'm going to share those experiences with you guys. So if you like this and you want to see more, you can subscribe and you can follow me on Instagram. Peace.